All right, hello, friends and folks. My screen name's CovertMuffin, and we're going to be showcasing off the Ori Randomizer. Uh, it's pretty amazing to say that this is actually my most run speed game of all time, with over 4,000 hours just alone to the randomizer, not even counting speedrunning the base game. So I'm very excited to showcase this off. We're going to be doing World Tour 11, and we'll sort of talk about that as we get into it. But joined with me on comms are two of my dear friends, as well as two of the randomizer's developers, Aiko and Zemsis. How are you folks doing?
I'm doing great. It's so wonderful to be a part of this Oriversary celebration, and it's so wonderful to be hanging out with you. I think quite possibly the person who has played the most Blind Forest Rando out of anyone. How you doing, Zem?
I mean, my voice is still holding up, and I only have like, what is it, 4 hours of commentary left today. So yeah, doing great.
Easy breezy.
No problem. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started in three, two, one, let's go. Cool. Uh, nice prologue skip, already losing 2 seconds. Very good.
I
So to
mean,
kick us off, I mean, just in general, this is a 2D Metroidvania platformer, as we've seen in earlier runs today. And so it's also classified as an item randomizer. So all the pickup locations are the same with a few extra ones added in for some more versatility and replayability in the randomizer. But my objectives are to track down necessary skills, be able to explore more of the map, and then to visit each of the 11 biomes in order to track down one randomized pickup, which is going to be known as a relic, in order to be able to start and finish the final escape. So this category in over 50% of seeds requires us to find grenade, and over 33% of seeds to track down stomp. So there's a good chance that we might actually also end up doing forlorn escape in order to get the hint for those. But here is Sign. Does someone want to sort of talk about Alt R as well as sort of early game progression?
Yeah. The randomizer in the very beginning days, we just sort of had a bind that warped you back to spawn, and that's been really important for just making sure that you couldn't get soft locked, and it's modeled after a similar feature that's actually native to the base game of the A Link to the Past, and because the Link to the Past randomizer was a heavy inspiration for Sigma's original work on the Ori and the Blind Forest randomizer. However, in version 4.0 of the randomizer, which came out, gosh, was it last year?
yeah,
Um,
we got some months on it by now.
Yeah, we changed how the warp to start feature works, sort of backporting the Ori 2 feature that lets you teleport just by opening up the map and selecting a teleporter from anywhere. And now we have that in Ori 1, and that's how the warp works. You'll see Muffin do that. Um, we didn't even see the screen come up because Muffin is very good at menuing, but oh
Ooh.
wow,
Okay.
wall jump in the water here.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely keeping that. And yeah, you are invincible during teleporting, so we can actually do something which, like this trick, which is name is also not stolen from A Link to the Past. Rando, I swear I faked the pass. But with that, we have wall jump, and the teleporter leaves us right next to Blackroot, and that means we can now go explore this area. And Muffin, why do we do this so early, even though it's so slow?
Yeah, so interesting enough, right? We have to go to all of the different biomes, and so I'm going to set up for a new trick, which is called a pause float. Oh, I missed it. I'm just going to go for it again to show it off. Um, but Blackroot in general, it has a relic, so we know we have to come here. But, oh, sorry, just lagged. That spooked me. However, the pickup density in here is actually pretty light, but it comes very early into. Oh, whoops! I didn't even get the orb yet. Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm just so nervous.
Oh.
Can somebody else just commentate for a bit? I'm just.
Yeah, so yeah, no worries. The thing about Blackroot is that there's several pickups in here that you can get with just wall jump, and especially in this specific with this skill set, and because Muffin had to teleport out of the water to keep that wall jump pickup because he couldn't swim out, he ended up next to the teleporter, and um, because of how we go through Blackroot, it's actually really rare to reliably get skills that make it faster, and we need to do the kind of cutscene skip that Muffin just did a couple times to skip a bunch of cutscenes, which means we have to spend a bunch of ability points, and it's worse to be holding on to those ability points and saving them for later. So it turned out we can just get every pickup in here with wall jump basically, and there isn't a very compelling reason to save it for later. And we want to get the cutscene skips out of the way so we can spend our ability points, or have a more accurate, have more points in the skill tree as we're moving through the game. So Muffin got the orb. The orb is used to do a bunch of platforming tricks that we are going to have to do some of, but because a combination of the pause floats and the ability to return to the start, like we saw Muffin do before, means that we actually get to skip a ton of the things that you would have to do in either the base game or the speedrun. Though we are going to have to do this one. And what the orb does is, in the light orb, radius of the light orb, some platforms appear, other platforms disappear. And so now Muffin is going to head up this way and flip this switch.
Nice turnaround. So that turnaround there is like incredibly. I actually got the fastest possible one, so that saves like a couple of frames. But going for it's a little risky, but I did it anyway. But yeah, coming through here, we're actually going to also start building up our tree count in order to get clues. Because I am going to potentially need all 3 dungeon keys, and after I activate 3 skill locations, then I will get my first hint as to which biome has one of the dungeon keys. It just picks one of the 3 dungeon keys at random. So here you'll notice I have 0 out of 10 trees. So once that hits 3, 6, and 9, I will end up getting subsequent clues. But here's a trick known as Save Anywhere. It's going to allow me to... Oh, did I just quit the game? I quit the game! No! Oh my god, this performance is such a train wreck so far. This is glorious.
You're fine, Muffin.
Fine.
So what Muffin showed there was really fast menuing, menuing faster than the game wanted, and suddenly the cursor exit. So that's great. But anyways, this still counts as skipping the cutscene. We did reload after all, so all fine. It just lost some RTA.
Fun fact: this still saves time. Cutscene skips, like this cut is like actually sitting watching this cutscene is so slow. So even with the game reload, we are still saving time here.
Okay, so important detail there is that pickup there is gated by dash, which means when the randomizers spawn the seed, based on a logic that's sort of applied to just guarantee every single seed you start is finishable, that one pickup there behind the crushers is gated by dash. So it's considered to be quote-unquote impossible for me to get to that pickup without having dash. And on that pickup, I ended finding an ability cell, which is going to actually really increase the probability that dash is going to be early in logic. So we might get a very early dash seed, which is massive. But there also I ended up getting glide. That is really, really nice for a marathon seed because in particular, tracking down relics within Sorrow Pass can be some of the most difficult relics to actually get to. But glide just trivializes almost all of the pickup locations in Sorrow. So that is a really, really nice find.
Yep.
Well.
Yeah, both glide and double jump, I would say, are those skills that you can do everything without them, sure, but it's going to be a lot compier to go through your seed if you have them.
We just saw Muffin take an intentional death, and doing that glitches the door open because you can save while pulling the lever, and then the lever just continues to be pulled when you respawn, which is very nice and convenient. It means you can go through that section without having dash. Now Muffin's going to do this sort of bait the crushers trick that we saw him do before. This will let him get access to this area, and because he used a save anywhere, we managed to save this little enemy. He'll be important later. Potentially, because he can be used to get access to the lower Blackroot area without having to have stomp or climb charge jump.
Yeah. So the pickups over here, it's really important to note, they require a power skill in order to get to them, which are going to be one of either bash, charge jump, or dash. I also found another ability cell early in logic, and that is once again another indicator that we could potentially end up tracking down dash very, very early. Because once you get dash as an ability, the game will just print out a certain number of ability cells and place them on the map early in logic. Simply because the 2 skills that can potentially be required in logic are going to be rekindle with that lever trick that we saw me do earlier, or it could also be air dash, getting the ability. So In order to guarantee you do that, the game just prints out a number of ability cells each time. But a lot of keystones early on as well. This is going to be nice. It's going to allow us to get access to Charge Flame Tree, which has a really high probability of having something important on it. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to do like the general Blades loop, and then we're going to go into Spirit Caverns and potentially spend the keystones on Charge Flame. And so normally for Forest Trees, which is the classic sort of mode of gameplay that people do and the most often in Blind Forest Randomizer, keystones are a really important resource to not be starved on. In World Tour, keystones are a bit less important, so it's not as costly to actually end up spending keystones early on in the siege. But also to note, like, Blackroot Burrows hasn't come up in Logic because Wall Jump was gated. Okay, there it is. Wall Jump was gated by Clean Water, but we ended up finding that initial early game logical progression, which is Climb, which would get us access to BRB. But having Climb is also really nice. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I'm very not surprised to see the dash pick up here.
Yeah, and also dash, glide, climb. This is a pretty good. You are not gonna get wall jump anytime soon skill set in standard logic actually, because it will, especially with the addition of air dash into standard logic that happened, it will straight up just replace most wall jump parts pretty easily with this. So let's see if we find clean water anytime soon. Hopefully we do, because otherwise Swamp and Blackroot and areas like that become a bit scary for World Tour.
Ooh, okay. So there we ended up finding Grotto Teleporter, which is going to be logical progression to the right side of the map. I am sitting at 3 keystones, so I probably will just take the dive up to Charge Flame Tree anyway, just right now. Because I already opened the 2 key door to Spirit Caverns, and so I do want to check the nice density in Spirit Caverns in order to hopefully potentially find another skill, and also to hopefully try and track down a relic. Right, because I actually haven't found a single relic.
Yeah,
yet.
We haven't actually talked about relics, or Muffin talked about it at the beginning. And basically, relics are not placed logically, but there's just one pickup in every zone is going to have the that zone's relic on it. And the relics don't do anything except you need all 11 of them to beat the game. So Muffin is going to have to find that. We haven't seen any relic, so we still need the Blackroot relic. We still need the relic for every zone. And ooh, another teleporter. That's the Valley teleporter.
Yeah, that's a convenient pickup. So left side access is one thing we like to talk about in Rando a lot. You either kind of need Stomp and a bunch of verticality or bash to get to the left side of the map. The alternative option is just finding a teleporter that's over there. Can be a bit scary in like open world modes, or if you already have clean water or certain things, and then the logic kinda dilutes and you don't really know where you need to go next. But right now we can't really do anything, so it just means we're gonna have a nicer time later in the seed. And there you saw Muffin do a cutscene skip. We talked about this earlier. It saves over a minute and we actually get to do it. And hey, there you go, you got a relic.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So here I'm entering this cutscene because it actually despawns a wall that I can't break right now. This is, all of these sort of like cutscene enters are definitely out of logic. The game doesn't expect me to do so. But there we actually ended up tracking down our first map zone, which is sort of like a battery pickup, right? It's just like, it's like a ticket to be able to get a ride later on.
This is an interesting situation. I think Bridge makes
first.
Okay.
Yeah, just in case.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so this Grotto teleporter there are a lot of different ways you can go from there, and Muffin is choosing to go through this way, get some pickups out of the way first, before heading down into the lower Moon Grotto area, also known as Gumo's hideout. Astute observers might notice that Muffin's attacks are hitting multiple targets or multiple enemies at once. That's because we've seen, that is a very nice find, a second energy cell. It's a big deal. Muffin got the utility pickup attack upgrade, and attack upgrades increase your damage by 1 and your number of targets by 1. And, a second energy cell. That's,
Oh, that was unfortunate. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You saved recently. We're fine. And you get not 1 but 2 energy refills, and you know where they are, which is handy.
Yeah, that is really nice. Yeah, so energy is really going to be powerful coming later on, especially because if I don't find bash or like blue breakage with light grenade or charge flame, then having a lot of energy is going to be really powerful. But no, we found grenades. That is really nice.
Yeah, excellent. Grenade is one of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
Two Kill did some like really basic math and found out that just crudely 52% of seeds requires light grenade to finish for World Tour 11. The number is a little bit more than that because if something else is gated by grenade, that would increase the probability you would need grenade to finish out. And so we considered writing a mathematical thesis paper on the exact probability of World Tour 11 seeds. Where you would need grenades.
Good luck getting like exact probabilities on anything random. I'm sure some people can do like their doctor or their PhD thesis.
Maybe don't. I would recommend against this course. There's some bad stuff that you have to take into account, I would say. Personally. Alright, so we're going for this little mini boss. He's sort of obnoxious to fight, but doesn't really get any easier than to fight with. Charge Dash, a skill Muffin just leveled. It does a lot of damage, and you can, if you time it right, as Muffin did there, every enemy in this game takes a ton of damage from their own projectiles if you can redirect them, and Charge Dash is among the skills, among the ways that you have to redirect projectiles. So Muffin did some carefully timed Charge Dashes there and hit the enemy both with the Charge Dash damage hitbox and its own attack, which two shots. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yep. In Charge Dash, being a homing attack really makes the redirecting angle a lot more easy on this. So as long as you can get the timing right, you can get some murder done like that. Obviously, Charge Dash also a bunch of other options. It's fast, it gives us height in the presence of enemies, and it breaks blue things, which Muffin mentioned, but we have grenade for that, so we hopefully don't need to do that a lot. But yeah, like that, you can just jump off an enemy by doing a rocket jump and get some pickups you're not logically required to get.
Alright, that's our first clue. We now know that the Sunstone is in Glades. So we know within Glades we have a relic we haven't found and a Sunstone, and not a lot of pickups where those could be. We've got a couple.
Maybe 6. It's more than I thought. There's a lot of verticality locked stuff in Glades that we haven't gotten, and then some grenade locked stuff and some energy locked stuff, but
Grenades are the 2 grenade pickups that spawn, deep flippers,
Frankie Walk pickup.
Yeah, Frankie Walk, Spirit Caverns AC, and then the wall jump verticality pickup, and I think that's everything?
AC below C flame.
Oh, right. Above 4th health cells, we call it in Logic. Okay, there's a bird. She's mad at us. Angry Birds. Ori is actually part of the Angry Birds franchise. Not.
Yeah, so we're starting to like run out of places where logical progression could be for like the next skill, especially. Like Dash is amazing because it really does speed up the seeds that we end up doing. But also, it doesn't really open up too many pickups on its own. Yeah. So I am gonna take the time to go for some of these like slower pickups, like this one in particular. I know like me and Trito have talked about that pickup, just like not being worth it in a lot of like Force Tree seeds, but it does come very early in Logic. It's like one of the few pickups that doesn't require any skills in order to be able to get access to it in Logic.
Yep. But yeah,
get away with checking a lot more. Hey, it's red and red, Toru Teleporter. Okay, means we all just thinking about where the Sunstone could be. I don't think that matters anymore. We can just skip and go to the teleporter.
You don't know. Maybe we need Wilhelm.
That's true for the bingo. No, wait. That's the next one.
Yeah, I know, but like maybe we don't find Stomp and don't find Bash, or maybe we don't find Stomp and don't find Bash, and also there's a pickup on the like Wilhelm. Sunstone can be logically required for Wilhelm access and standards. That's like a real thing that can happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful.
Everyone who was part of the last tournament is currently having flashbacks. Thanks for that, Echo.
I didn't write the path. I don't know why you're thanking me. I'm innocent. I've never done a single thing wrong in my life. All right. Anyways, Muffin is clearing out the swamp loop area. Even though you don't have Stomp. That's a nice find. Stomp is a great ability. Does damage. Does no energy spawns here. I mean, there's one, but it was at the end.
Yeah,
Which is yeah. I was hoping you'd get like 2, and one of them would be early enough that you could do the rocket jump off the other guys to get the upper pickup. But we can't have everything we want, sadly.
Wow. Okay, I have a lot of options right now. As
you sure do.
I can do, but I don't really want to do them.
Well, you gotta pick one, Muffin.
All right, we'll go back to Blackroot for a little bit.
Yes.
So
chillax. Look at the map.
Yeah.
Admire it.
So this is like a scary situation right now. I'm not gonna lie with a seed because I have so many teleporters that like the locations where bash and or charge jump could be are like very, very sparse with like one to two like pretty mean things that could potentially come up. So right now, especially, I'm just like hoping that I am going to find bash or charge jump in a really nice location. The good news though is that there's a lot of stuff I can currently do. Like, okay. This might still be okay.
Yeah,
I think it's fine. I think you can.
All right, this is
okay, never mind.
this Blackroot today is just is my struggle town today, and that's okay. That's okay.
Blackroot, I feel like is a frequent struggle town. It's as places go.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, clean water. Okay, that's a nice find.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do want clean water in the Oriversary where you have a relic in swamp.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna try this. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, it did. Wow. Okay, I've never done that before.
This has never happened before.
I love that. Not a lot of people do like backflip air dash glide. It's cool tech.
Yeah, Lucy was the one who like introduced me to one in Sorrow Pass that I just always do now. It's like it's a little slower than like the optimal route, but I just absolutely love doing it. But yeah, so besides like finding our next power skill, which is bash or charge jump, right now I'm just once again clearing trees for that water vein and Gumon seal clue. I no longer need Sunstone because I have the Horu teleporter, but also tracking down if Sunstone is early in logic could mean that one of the pickups at the start of Horu could potentially be bash or charge jump. So I am really gonna just go around and see if I can track down. I forgot to drop the save. Track down Sunstone potentially. There we go. Words.
Yeah. Because using dungeon teleporters is just not logically required until you all. Well, you need the Sunstone to or like the Sunstone is inside Mount Horu, and so okay. Speaking of the Sunstone, right there. Yeah,
that is good.
Yeah,
good.
so.
Okay. Yeah, so
or Clyde.
Much, but we don't have any verticality in
Sorry,
logic.
not Clyde, but like if we had wind, that would be in logic. Another one of those funny little gotchas that players of the dailies may remember.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, so that being gated by either wind restored or like a verticality pickup, like that is really nice. That's a big time save.
Yeah, and free keystones.
Yep.
Portland Teleporter being one of the best locations in the game. Really only beaten by some of the Sorrow reverse key dupes.
Yeah, Truche. So we're gonna find out. I'm gonna try and do something that's like kind of slow, but it's pretty cool. So just show it off. Hopefully it goes well. But basically, I don't have the verticality necessary to be able to check this energy cell pickup. But because I can just do a glitch known as a rocket jump, which you've seen me doing, where I cancel a charge dash by pressing jump, and I just have a button that does it for me. Then I can bring this Frankie over here, but it's very easy for me to fall off.
Yeah, getting the enemy into like the proper position for this is stressful, difficult, obnoxious. Yeah, you want to get that forlorn teleporter again.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll just come back to that later. But yeah, we're running out of pickups and glades that could end up having it. I guess let's just go do forlorn now.
Yeah. Nice thing about the forlorn is that if you have stomp and literally either wall interaction, you can clear the entire dungeon.
It's true. It's true.
Thanks, pause floats.
Oh no, you don't even need pause floats. You can orb.
Can't orb up to the escape, the best escape in the game.
You can get to the escape with just wall jump. I said either wall interaction, didn't I? Okay, with wall jump. Alright. Forlorn as a vanilla dungeon is this cute place where you get this incredible orb, and you can use it to change your orientation. Get it? Orientation. And you can actually use this for a number of sequence breaks, some of which we may see Muffin do just in the dungeon, where you can use it in ways that were not quite intended and save a bunch of time. One of the common and popular ones is using it going backwards through this dungeon area, and I think we'll see Muffin do one of them. There's like this platforming section below us that you're supposed to do just sort of by walking along the floor, but instead of walking along the floor, you can just sort of fall sideways right into this pickup.
Alright, we won. We have one return. We have 1 EXP. Thanks, Sigma.
Thanks, Sigma.
EXP values are randomized, but there is a single pickup that has 1 experience in it, and that is in fact below the minimum. The minimum value for a randomized pickup is 2 experience. There we saw Muffin take an intentional death because that cutscene he fell into changes your respawn position in such a way that lets you bypass a large section of the dungeon for a quicker backwards clear. Oh, hi Sigma.
Hey Sigma.
Oh, hi Sigma. Is Sigma watching?
Yeah, Sigma just said you're welcome in chat.
Yay! Hi Sig.
Alright, anyways, we got the relic for Blackroot, or for Forlorn, so there's no pressing need to hang out in that area more.
Okay, so I'm going to set up for a really cool sequence break, which this is one of the reasons why I love randos, because we get to show off like so many of these that you would just never see. Here there's actually two planes of existence. The first one is this cutscene, which is going to show Kuro, and there you saw Kuro sweep in, which is the other plane. So when I enter a specific like distance to the left from the waypoint, it actually activates a kill plane trigger, causing Ori to die instantaneously. However, when you are actually within the first cutscene, it actually causes Ori to become intangible. So the kill plane doesn't actually trigger its effects on Ori at all. Then I'm just gonna away for safety. Okay, hopefully this is high enough. I think it is. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, it could, yeah.
And so because of this, the kill plane being inactive, I can actually just move around in this area. And then hitting the rocks is going to be the thing that normally despawns the kill plane. But Ori is in kind of a weird state right now, where the game can save, but I can't place down a soul link, which is sort of the normal way of saving and like healing and stuff for the speedrun itself. But if I quit the menu and reload my game after the game forcefully saves here, then I will be able to do that, which I will do here. Oh, that's a nice spot.
We got the Valley Relic here. We got an abandoned nest on the Feather, which is an interesting place for it, but that's fine. And because of that, we don't need to. There are some scary places for Valley Relics. Sort of famously, they can end up on a pickup called Fax, which.
Fax.
Yeah, it's it without like a very specific.
Escape. Nothing else.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, just thinking about what I want to do right now. I'm gonna turn in map stones because that could also be something that's like gating skill because I really am just like trying to find bash or charge jump. Mount Horu in particular is incredibly difficult if we don't end up tracking down bash, especially most namely the top 2 rooms. So we're just going through, we're just skimming, we're turning in map zones and stuff, and just seeing if we can track down our next skill. But if we don't find bash for a while, it's not too bad of a situation. It's fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Everything's But yeah, just doing more early game checks because that has a higher probability of having that bash pickup.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Never 2 kill. We are no
we still have to
no
do
map zone relic.
Okay, so I'm actually going to head in and do swamp, and we're going to do a pretty cool sequence break in order to get access to it. So getting access to Thornfelt Swamp, we can do it in like one of 3 ways. The first one is by going to the through the Ginso escape, which is sort of the normal way that the game gives you access to the area. Another way that we can do it is by coming over to this lower entrance here. Let's try it. But here, yeah, I'm just checking some additional pickups, which potentially could get me information. Is that the swamp relic?
No, that's Grotto.
No, it's Grotto. It's Grotto. Okay. Using the frog shot might have made it easier. Yeah, using the frog shot would have been easier. Oh well, it's fine. I'll try it without double jump. No, I need charge flame if I'm going to do it this way. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I'll just come back to that later. Brain, you can do it. Where do I want to go? Let's go back to... I don't know.
You could... There's lower left grotto is open, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good call. Okay, I will do that. Thank you, Eiko.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, sorry.
Other things I can think of are like Swamp to Grove. Swamp TP to Grove.
Oh, right, yeah, Spider Sack area and stuff. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
We also have like the big how far down Black Root do you wanna go TM skill set?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We all the way down to Lost Grove Long Swim is now in Logic.
It is indeed.
Smile.
It's that kind of skill set, yeah.
Okay. So here, just checking some additional pickups. There's another map stone that is nice. We're gonna do another manipulation with Save Anywhere called a save drop, which basically, when I'm near a wall and then I save the game, quits menu and reload, the game just places Ori on the next standable ground, like directly underneath. And this isn't like causing Ori to travel through the space, it just literally displaces Ori down to that ground. So I'm able to do things like get through this instant death laser. Let's go back. I guess just turn in the Glades mapstone.
Glades mapstone. There's some stuff in Glades you could rocket jump to, but as far as like logic stuff, I don't know. There's Death Gauntlet, Energy Door.
Yeah, we'll go to do like Spider Factory and Progression Ball.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. So turning in like 4 to 5 map stones is a surefire way at this point because we're kind of like running out of options early game where Bash or our next bit of progression could potentially be. So definitely taking the time to like backtrack for these one-off like turn-ins can be powerful. We've turned in 4 so far, where early game there's 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 mapstone pedestals that can come up early in Logic.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, yeah, Grove has quite a few checks, and a concerning amount of them actually reachable without any verticality at this point. But also then some additional one increasing density if we just rocket jump up to above Spider Lake, for example. There's also some cursed routes at this point, like dropping through Spider Lake into Death Gauntlet and all the other stuff that the randomizer can do to us. We have some options, they're just really spread out.
Yep. And of course, we have access to all these pickups from the other side because, oh yeah, this is that rocket jump we just saw Muffin do there is not in any logic, and the reason is because it only works with that pillar, with that stomp pillar very partially stomped down, and you can't reset that position. So very precarious thing going on there.
Yeah, there's some other setups that can also work. They're just kind of precise and really tricky to do. But also you'd have to like level up charge dash, and that's like a huge thing logically, where it does take like 9 ability cells in total into the cyan tree to be able to get access to charge dash, and that's a big investment.
Yeah. And this is a standard logic seed, so charge dash use is actually never expected. 3.5 energy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just wait. We're really close to it.
Yeah, Muffin has some energy regeneration from his pickup, so we can just sort of chillax here for a little bit. Take some time, stretch, talk about our next run. Hey, Zem, what do we got coming up?
Coming up, we have something completely different. I'm reading here. It's Ori and the Blind Forest rando with CovertMuffin and Zem.
Oh, huh. Neat. Well, stay tuned. Yeah, no, after this we have Zem is going to be showing us a bingo run. Bingo being a goal mode that was added rather, I was going to say rather late in the life cycle of the Ori Rando, because it feels like that to me, but no, we actually added bingo in late 2018? Yeah, it's 4 years of bingo.
Yeah. Thanks again for that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Let's see, is progression more the curse? Nope. It's always nope. Okay, nothing here either.
Really not. Man, what's in logic with it? I mean, yeah, like Zem said, Lost Grove, Valley Entry, I guess.
Yeah, that's my
like a fair bit of it. Like, in fact, all the way down to Valley Long Swim, everyone's favorite pickup.
Yeah, so coming in here, we probably will do Valley Long Swim because I'm getting pretty desperate right now as to tracking down the next bit of progression. We did find Water Vein.
Dungeon keys.
Yeah, so we're all set on dungeon keys. It really is just a power
verticality.
Skill. Yeah, I need one power skill and like verticality otherwise.
At least double jump. We have quad jump. Just see it. Give us anything.
Yeah. And this is like the nature of rando as well, especially, which can be kind of spooky. This is like one of the few instances where this is another gotcha pickup, where if you have Clean Water, Grenade, and Stomp, that can end up being early in logic. Okay, so, well, let's talk about this cool feature. So here is a really amazing thing that was recently added in, which is an in-logic filter, which is just showing me all of the pickups that the randomizer considers me capable of getting access to them right now. And then I can switch it off to check all the uncollected pickups. But really, especially in the newest version of the randomizer, there are so many accessibility and approachability options that ended up getting added in. And I just really appreciated that and like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the in-logic map. It was actually one of my, when I first started working on the randomizer, one of the first things that I built that I'm super proud of was a version of that just worked as a website because we had a lot less access to this game's internals. And then when we did Ori 2, the Ori 2 randomizer, we added the in-logic map as just an in-game feature, and it helps so much for learning the game, learning what's expected of you, and just sort of figuring out how to play it, that when we went back with and really took a pickaxe to this game's code, we were able to add the in-logic map, and it's a really great feature that I'm really happy about. Though it is, as Muffin said, a recent release and is still a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, did we ever find the Blackroot relic?
We do not have the Blackroot relic.
Yeah, I guess just go back to Blackroot now. Man,
yeah, I think.
Where is Bash?
Lost growth, long swim.
It could also be dash plant, right? Like with glide and
Oh no,
grenade
so
and dash plant. It's real. It's real and it can hurt you.
Yep. So I'm gonna go and check it.
No one has ever lost a race to dash plant before.
Nope.
Nope. Mm-mm.
This pickup is just very obnoxious to get to without any verticality, but you just gotta ride this entire
Or just run
floaty
a
ride.
second time, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun
Just
and
really love
interactive
these platform
gameplay
cycles.
as we slowly wait for our platforms here to deliver us.
It's like riding the trains. Ooh. Alright,
We're still fine, we're still fine.
everything's fine. And of course there's nothing.
Yeah, so we are now going to take the dive into lower Blackroot here in order to try and track down the relic, as well as hopefully maybe potentially power scale.
Yeah.
We'll see though. We'll see. Still got time.
We got a couple pickups over here.
Yeah,
there's the relic. The relic texts are a combination of written by me and user submitted, and they are mostly just sort of referencing little things in the game. And that one sort of references the fact that it's implied but never directly stated that Naru carved the statues that you see throughout the Blackroot Burrows area and in a couple other places in the game.
All right, so just sort of as a status update, we have the Grotto, Blackroot, Valley, and Forlorn relics. We still don't have the Glades relic, which could be important.
Yeah.
Swamp Valley, Forlorns. Wow, not really anywhere nice to turn into
Yeah.
stone.
You still have logical access to the rest of Lower Blackroot,
Yeah, that's true.
but
That is true.
it's bad to go there and no one wants to.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so true.
exactly.
You can hear it. No one wants to go down. Yeah. So at this point, also turning in mapstones, we can go for a second round into Inner Swamp and gain a mapstone pedestal like that. You can
We've
do
got
some
the
grenade
one in
or
logic
3
pickup
dash
in Ori.
redirects for Valley.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm so
Alright.
sorry. I have no idea where it could be. There's just like so many like not great places that I could go to, but without any verticality, I really do not want to attempt to traverse them.
Yeah, there's just a lot of bad options here. Is where we're at. We're in the land of bad options.
Oh, man. I think I'm just gonna go Misty, just to try and progress with the seed.
All right, that's
just
fair.
think about other places that I can go to. We can do most of Misty.
Yeah.
With just dash, and we do have a lot of energy, which is really good. It's gonna help us do a lot of sequence breaks in here.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's gonna be really troublesome should be like the late room with the lantern.
Oh, this might be. Don't die. It's a Muffin's trying to do a rocket jump, which requires an enemy. All right, easy, first try.
So it's really funny there. I was just like literally ducking under the shots because you were just barely low enough to. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's just go. This is fine.
Everything is fine. Oh my god, the C-dash iframes barely through the slide. Muffin, stop giving me heart attacks. Obviously, calculate the level up there on the random 256 EXP to refill all our resources. And the good thing is we don't really have to orphan anything if we do some really stupid.
Well, I mean, it's not. That won't be in logic for a long time, right? So
I really hope the relic is not. If the relic is there, then now I have to do all of Misty if I want to be able to go back and recheck that pickup. But we'll be fine.
Yeah,
It's not
I mean, what are the
gonna
odds? It's like 1 in. How many pickups are in Misty?
Oh, that's nice.
That is a fascinating place for that. Sure.
But we do have the water.
Oh shit. I mean, whoops, crap.
I mean, we're. I don't.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Everything's fine. All deja vu, as they say.
All right. So we're starting to run out of pickups,
Yeah.
and so this is getting scarier and scarier by the moment. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
There's always hope. You know, it could be the
Yeah.
tree. It could be the third keystone.
Could be. I should not say it could be grenade locked, huh?
I mean, the thing about the grenade lock pickup is that we can't really get to it, right? Like, can't,
It's.
I could.
I mean, okay, we do not want to get to it.
Yeah.
We do not want to do the lantern room, but
Yeah.
we can.
It is technically possible.
Just, you know, do some bailing rocket jumps.
All right. Sorry, I'm just focusing a little bit.
I think Muff invented this, so, Alright, we got... Oh, man.
All right. Let's keep going.
That's
Uh,
the standard
all right,
Misty
all right.
experience. That's the word to Misty experience here.
Alright. Just gonna... So these platforms, every time you jump off of the ground, they swap their orientation. This one is like a sort of special case of like a progression one, but the ones that swap, they swap every time you leave the ground, or jump off of the ground, which means that, relevantly, if you just walk off the side of a platform or dash off the side of a platform. Ooh, okay, Muffin. Oh, this is
That was
very
pretty
spooky.
beautiful, actually.
Yeah, that was it. Oh.
Oh, we're just so low on energy now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that is a real
Is in
technique
fact
you can
any
use.
way to do that, Muffin? Sure.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh no! Oh, that's okay. We're back to the hyperspeed.
Yep. All right.
Easy.
I might not be able to do this. We'll find out. I'll try it again.
Yeah.
No. All right. So we're gonna have to
Time for another hyperspeed?
Oh boy.
Lower Black Root, the right side of Forlorn, are the two
Yeah.
things I'm thinking.
Yeah. Let's go Lost Grove, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Man, this is definitely not going to be underestimated. I apologize.
Yeah, it's fine. We got.
No, that's exactly what we need right now.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. If
Yeah.
you need to mercy kill the run, just let me know.
We're gonna be fine.
We
We're
are
like
very ahead of estimate right now, so. This is
Okay.
half an hour ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So we're going to come over here and go into a subset known as Lost Grove, which is a place you don't ever really want to go to because it's like quite slow to get through it, and the pickup density is okay, but really right now there's only one pickup I can get access to, which is the long swim, and it's like quite slow to get access to it without having bash, but that's okay. That's okay. We have clean water, and that's like the important thing.
Yep. It is
No
very
snow,
pretty
no.
though.
Very nice.
It is. Yeah.
You can.
I'm actually
you can
just-
see. Um.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if it's here.
God.
There's so many pickups that I would laugh if it was here. I also ended up missing a pickup that came pretty early in Logic and Grove, which is the swim pickup. I just forgot to check it, I think. So we're gonna do that one next. All right. So Lost Grove
Wait, which swim?
under spider pillars.
You check that.
Okay, I did. All right.
Yep.
We still have long flippers.
No, he checked long flippers and
Oh,
safe scummed
never
it.
mind then.
I think right forlorn is
Probably the best.
yeah, right forlorn or Death Cloud Energy Door. No, wait, no, you checked that.
Check-
That's
yeah,
you see.
Checked
You've
that.
stumped. Okay, yeah, you've checked and scummed all those. I really. Oh,
Wait,
More puzzle.
did we do far left grotto?
we did absolutely did not do far left grotto, and oh man, so it's wind restored, far left grotto.
The plant next to Sea Flame Tree. We never checked that one out.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
wow. Okay, yeah, so
And
we'll go
that's
check
just-
the plant, and then we'll go back to Lower Grotto.
Oh man, all these.
What is this seed? I vetted this seed. Like, what
Uh,
race
you
did
vetted
this
it,
muffin
not
do?
on escape.
Not. You vetted the seed. I mean, you vetted the seed perfectly for the scenario. The 10. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ginto?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, Ginso's good. I'm just really quickly gonna check Lower Left Grotto on Pillar Puzzle, because that could still end up being it. And there's
Yeah.
some, like, verticality gated pickups. So there's gonna be, like, 4 really
Yeah.
fast pickups that I'm just gonna check.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we still need the grotto. No, we got the grotto relic.
Okay. Well, I am confident that I can now finish the seed,
Yeah.
like, with just double jump, because we have extra double jump, I believe.
Yeah,
Is it
you're
with-
at quad jump.
We do.
Okay, awesome. Does somebody
we
want to
have
talk
all the
about
energy.
stomp cancels?
That's got to be Zem. I don't know how to play the game.
Sure. Yeah, so we've seen before, you can use Charge Dash to spend an energy to go really, really fast. It's half an energy if you find the randomizer only thing called Charge Dash efficiency, but normally it's 1. And if you cancel that in any way, be it by stomping at the end, bashing an
Good job.
enemy, taking damage, triggering a cutscene, any of that, you gain the energy back. That's intended. So if you have Stomp and double jump, or multiple double jumps, you can just press Charge Dash, Stomp, then jump out of that, and you can repeat that over and over. And once you're in Ginso like this, yeah, so dashing through a portal also refunds your energy, so you just get to zoom.
And because we have the Ginso teleporter, we can do this area backwards, and backwards Ginso is quite a treat, especially with Stomp. You're supposed to have Bash, and Bash can help, but actually Stomp is actually better than Bash for doing backwards Ginso, because all these walls are stompable, and they're stompable in weird ways, and oh hey, there's that charge dash efficiency we were talking about, so now Muffin can get twice as many charge dashes per blue cabbage. And yeah, we can just break this with Stomp, break this with Stomp, 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 all these things. You can even stomp through 2 things at once. Very, very good stomp efficiency, and Muffin can make his way down here to this pickup, and with 4 jumps, he doesn't need Bash to get up to that energy cell. He can get that, and all right, that is our second relic on a skill tree. Nice to have.
Yeah, I'm still gonna check some pickups because Water Vein was pretty early in logic, and then double
Yeah.
jump puts Ginso in logic. The thing
Yeah, I
that's
think this
not
makes
in
sense.
logic is like Ginso teleporter. So stuff in like above the mini boss fight at the very top of Ginso is very late in logic. That's not really going to be a thing. So that area in particular has a really low probability, and pretty much 0 of like having Bash at this point. In fact, I'm actually going to go into Ginso through the front entrance in order to like literally check
The 2 pickups, yeah.
yeah, the 2 additional pickups, because we like Bash has to be somewhere, and
Yeah. I mean, double jump did unlock a ton of random one-offs. In fact, it might make sense to go to Glades next and get
Yeah,
the verticality pickups there, because even if Bash isn't there, we still need the Glades relic anyway. So,
yeah, true.
but yeah, checking these 2 pickups doesn't take long, and especially doesn't take long with quad jump, because quad jump you can trivially do. You can just like bypass a lot of the intended puzzles. For example, you might just sort of decide that so going through portals refunds your charge dash, as Zem mentioned. It also resets your double jump count, so you can just, especially with 3 or 4, go back and forth between them and gain height rapidly that way. But Muffin is going to grab these 2 pickups and now head back into Glades for a triumphant return of sorts.
Yeah. The good
man,
news with like having a seed this terrible is that like I have a ton of ability points. And
Yeah.
so there's a lot of shenanigans that I can actually end up doing with these ability points later on, in order to be able to finish the seed.
Alright, time for some energy usage.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah,
Oh,
I miscounted.
yeah. You can only do a number of stomp cancels of this kind equal to the number of double jumps you have, and oh my god. We got it. That's Franky's vein.
Alright, that's the Glade relic. Now we just. Where's the black? No, did we get it? We got it. Never mind.
the black
That's
relic.
good. But where's the Misty relic? That's the real. That's the real pain question.
That and
also,
where's
Horu.
Bash?
Horu can still be
Yeah.
really bad if
Terrible.
we get like an
Yeah.
R1 relic right now.
Yeah. The thing going on with Franky's vein, by the way, is that Franky's and Glades just have much less health than they do anywhere else. I was like, what would be a dumb reason for this to be true? It's like, oh, well, you know, what if there's a flower in Glades Franky's were allergic to? I was really scraping the bottom of the barrel while writing some of these relic texts. But you know, it's good to have variety.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here I'm actually going to do a sequence break to Glazer because I have a ton of energy now.
Ooh, nice.
Wow. Oh,
All right. There's still the the Spirit Caverns AC.
Who doesn't love checking all the one-offs after getting verticated?
Especially double jump too, because like it's not like we are actually full clearing this area because we still have that one pickup. All right, yeah, it's hilarious how right, okay, so there's the 2 one-offs in the
I'm gonna do
swamp
it.
loop. All right, there's also the yeah.
Yeah. We have options, but I do wanna put a TM after that sentence.
Yeah. There are things plural we can do.
So I'm going to show off actually a really cool sequence break that I ended up discovering. So normally you need bash in order to be able to check this, but with just like double jump and a dash, you can actually end up checking that very, very early.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so listen.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Forlorn is now in logic.
What if it's Forlorn Escape?
Forlorn Escape would be much funnier than the other 2 pickups in Forlorn as an option because that's been in logic for a lot longer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So we will bite the bullet and go towards Forlorn Escape, especially. Oh, it wasn't!
Oh my god!
No way!
That map's
All
done
right.
5? 6?
Yeah. Okay.
How many? How many is it?
The rest of the seed is gonna go very fast now.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. We have everything we need.
My friend,
So now we're gonna bite the
Can you
bullet
press
and-
Alt2 for me? Or what is it, Alt3? I really wanna know how many map stones that was.
Oh, you know what? We should check the 2 out here first. I need to remember my routing here. Hi, Wilhelm.
Very important.
Oops.
Yeah. And Muffin's checking these 2 pickups, even though he has a Valley Relic, because while those 2 pickups may be in the room called Valley Main, they're in Sorrow because, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Reasons.
Okay, so coming into Sorrow, for optimal routing, basically just going for density, right? So like in World Tour, we have to just track down a single pickup that's in Sorrow in order to be able to go to the final escape. So really just trying to check the highest density areas first. Like it's so weird versus like Forced Trees because you're so used to going just beelining for the tree itself. But in reality, for like tracking down like dungeon keys as well as relics in particular, just going through the areas as quickly as possible and checking the highest number of pickups in the shortest period of time will be the thing that reduces your average time for finishing these seeds. Oops. So here in left side Sorrow in particular, there's just a high number of pickups that are incredibly close together, especially at the very end. Like even though we're watching like that short cutscene as well as activating this lantern, it really is a lot faster to check a higher number of pickups in Sorrow this way. Oh, Sorrow Teleporter is actually a really nice find if it's in the top of Sorrow, which is sort of the biggest pain of getting there. I no longer need to do something similar as we saw from Primarchs with like taking a frog on a magical journey to break a ceiling. I no longer have to worry about doing that. Oh, there's charge jump. Okay, awesome. So we have grenade jumps now. So I can very confidently do all of Mount Horu with bash and charge jump. So finding charge jump in Sorrow as well as Sorrow TP is just like a really mean thing. Because that just literally means that the only way that I was going to finish out like the left side is if I found bash or did some really terrible, terrible sequence breaks.
Oh yeah, no.
It's as things go, it's a bit of a yikes.
Yeah, this is mean. This is really mean. When you get this completely locked into certain areas, and then it's map stomp progression, of course. Then that's just. But it's a randomizer, and the randomizer also decides to be mean sometimes.
Cgen giveth and Cgen taketh away.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Oh, that's a nice charge dash there. Through the one curve.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna check one more pickup here, and then we're gonna use the teleport. I'm gonna hold on to my keystones just in case it is in a really terrible place in Misty, which would require me to open a 4-key door there. I could also realistically just do a key duplication glitch in Forlorn in order to also get more keystones, but this is a little bit better. So here, jumping off of the wall and then stomping like a frame or so later allows us to get up there really fast. And then here, we're going to showcase off a grenade jump, which in a specific spot, and then launching myself, throwing grenade 1/60th of a second before I end up doing the wall charge jump is going to allow me to get some nice Suzumis.
You could just get sense. I mean, not that you need it, but you could if you wanted it.
Yeah.
You could get Ultra Stomp. You could get
No.
It's actually funnier.
No!
Yes!
I'm being bullied live on stream.
I'm being bullied live on stream. I'm Eiko.
Eiko.
Okay, so we did get unlucky, and it was one of the last two pickups in Sorrow. So there's a ability cell above the tree, and then there's the tree itself, which is where it could be. But both are going to be really fast to check, as long as I don't take a death.
Even faster now that you have Ultra Stomp, which makes your stomp more ultra.
There it is. Okay, cool.
I'm not sure if that's how this works, Eiko, but sure, I'll take your word for it.
I think Ultra Stomp should come with skill velocity upgrade, but only for Stomp.
You know what?
It'd be really funny.
You know, that could be a nice replacement, honestly.
Oh no, it has to be into Edition. It's like the... Oh, that is a really beautiful grenade jump.
Yeah, this area in particular is very fun with grenade jumps. Oops.
Misty has some amazing grenade jumps, and then whenever you think you have all the grenade jumps found, suddenly, like, Tachi comes into your stream and is like, "Hey, did you know?"
Oh.
Okay, so now we are going to be able to progress back through Misty in order to continue to progress with the seed. Oops. Let's do this as a backup. Alright, I'm gonna place a save here. Do another fancy grenade jump here. Shout out to Sam for showing this one to me.
I loved it. Nah.
What? Oh, okay. I guess we just do that now. Alright. Yeah, that's...
Do you not do your grenade jumps from invisible walls, Eiko?
I can't say that I do.
Alright, so we're back to the section in Misty that I wasn't able to do. And there it is! So
God.
it's one pickup away.
You have one energy off the rail.
Oh man. Oh, we have Slime again. That is so funny. That's so tragic. That is so tragic. Oh man. I can't help but smile at that. That is so beautiful. That
Oh
is
my
beautiful.
god!
That's actually one of my favorite grenade jumps, the one I just busted out there.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's also like pretty precise because if you hit a certain like tile on the ceiling, it actually just ends up causing you to how do you say bonk, and then it just loses all horizontal velocity. So the angle and positioning that I take on the wall are actually quite particular, and I do them intentionally. Oh. Here we're gonna get a little fish friends.
All this experience we really need right now.
Yeah, I want you gotta get Charge Flame Blast. Gotta. I think it'd be fun if the Charge Flame upgrades like increase the damage or like applied to like all blue breakage.
I also think that dash isn't strong enough and needs some.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, applied to also grenade.
Yeah, also grenade. So the way... So funny story about the bonus pickup attack upgrade. It used to do a couple of different things, and then we took them away as features of it, and then we patched them back in, but to a less degree. And so it used to like massively increase the radius of the skill in question. So like you would throw a light grenade, and then everything on the screen would die. Or you would just like get Sea Flame burn and then use that, which also increases the radius of Charge Flame. And then you would just pop one off, and then like everybody dies. It still does slightly increase the radius, I believe.
Yeah, it's there's okay, so it increases grenade radius, Sea Flame damage, and grenade damage. It does not impact Sea Flame radius. I think the period of time we had an upgrade for Sea Flame Radius as a bonus pickup, it was Explosion Power upgrade, which was a neat little thing to have as a skill, but I think the 3.0 system of just having attack upgrade is better. Alright, so now we're in Mount Horu's final area. There's no lava because lava is... we removed the lava by default in 3.0 because it turns out you get a lot more interesting gameplay scenarios if you don't have to do the rooms in top to bottom order. So Muffin's just going to go down here first, check the last pickup, because if the Horror Relic is in the last pickup, then you don't have to bother doing any of the rooms. And we're going to see him go through, probably do, are we going L4, R4, and then up top?
Yeah, correct. And we'll do R3, L3 before we do R1.
Okay, makes a fair bit of sense. So yeah, Muffin's just checking some pickups. He checked the first pickup, and there's a like little escape sequence you're supposed to do to get access to the other pickups in this room. But there's also a door warp, and door warps are very fun little coding. The first frame in which you when you load the game from menu, in the very first frame, the door doesn't go to where it's supposed to go. It goes to the scene's local origin, and in a couple places that can be very useful. For example, on that door right there, it will take you right to the basically the end of the puzzle sequence and lets you skip a lot of platforming. And another really nice thing about the teleport from anywhere is, so Muffin sort of stranded himself in there because he did that door warp, so he would have to warp out. But because we have this teleport from anywhere thing going on, he does not need to do the teleport or warp back to spawn, go to the glade teleporter, then teleport to Horror. You can just teleport directly to Horror, save like 10-15 seconds on a couple of different strategies. It is nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's honestly like the biggest shakeup in terms of like sort of routing strategies since teleporters were initially worked into the randomizer itself. Is like with the old Alt R, what do we just do is warp you all the way back to the very initial starting point of the game. And then you would have to like go to a fast travel location, like a waypoint, which would be the Glades one, and then you would teleport out. But with the new altar, you don't have to like spend that additional like 10 seconds or so in order to.
There's also some interesting things where, because you get, if you want to go to Glades, you have to go to the Glades teleporter. It's now actually sort of slower to go from your auto return to Glades to, say, the Death Gauntlet area, because now you have to go up and around. So it's changed some things about how early, mid, and late game routing work in a really cool way. While we're doing this room, astute observers might have noticed that there was a laser. The lasers in the room below us turned off when Muffin did the puzzle. It doesn't do that in the base game, and because of that, there's a pickup that is really difficult to get, and some people doing like a casual 100% of the game may have been like, wait, how am I supposed to get this? The answer is that room's glitched. The actual intended thing that's supposed to happen is those lasers are just supposed to turn off when you complete the room, and it's just straight up a glitch in the base game that they don't. We know this because one of the game's testers is also a member of the speedrunning community, and they mentioned to us that Muffin just showing off a charge dash through that laser. Very nice. Because you can break that wall there with Stomp, you don't actually have to interact with the puzzle in this room at all if you don't want to. You can sort of angrily stomp this thing.
Wow, what?
Physics. I love physics.
Physics are great, and nothing bad has ever happened.
That could have been bad. Anyway, Stomp Shockwave is very useful for interacting with objects, but also, but watch out.
Yes, breaking that floor in particular is like one of the most terrifying things, because if you are too far to the right and on top of the floor doesn't like actually activate the Stomp collision per se, so it doesn't stop your downwards momentum, so you just die instantaneously in a pit of lava. So you have to be like very, very close. Here we're coming back to the left in order to respawn all of the elementals, which ends up saving time, because in order to let's bash input, because there's a specific number of elementals in here, but the game doesn't keep track of which elementals you've destroyed, only the count of how many elementals you have ended up killing. So it's a nice way, while we're just kind of waiting for the door to open initially, of how to like speed up the puzzle.
Yep. It's also a neat thing you could do where, if you don't have bash, you could just respawn that one enemy and just sort of very safely open that door, even without having access to otherwise being able to get through the pickup. And
okay, so
Muffin.
Here's a really cool sequence break that I'm going to go for, where at specific frames of charge dash, there we go, second try. You actually are capable of going past lasers. So like, because your hit collision isn't active during that point in time, so like you can go through vertical lasers just using charge dash, which is awesome. And so that one in particular is really precise, because I have to, on one charge dash, clip through both lasers. But I made that look a lot easier. I just have a very specific setup that I do that's consistent for me. But we're running out of pickups, so like we're gonna be done in just like a couple minutes here. And we're just gonna get some nice comfy story time, and then we will end up checking potentially one more room. This is the second to last room that we haven't checked yet, but it also has like some of the most pickups within Mount Horu itself. Like the only area that has better density is like the starting room itself. However, it's just like so high up that it's worth like checking the other rooms first, because every pickup has the equal sort of probability of having their relic. Oops.
Yep. This is because, unlike any other pickups placed by logic, relics are just at the start of the game. It picks one pickup at random in each zone.
Cool. So this is going to be the other type of wrong warping that's actually allowed in sort of also just like the main leaderboard categories. Yeah, there we go. And there's the relic.
Yep.
We did it.
Oh, it's always an R1. It is just
R1
always...
cutscene. Name a more iconic place for the horror relic.
L2.
No.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm also kind of sad because I didn't get to show off my like least favorite room in the entire game, which is L3. But that's totally okay. It's totally okay.
Look, if we're really lucky, I get it as a bingo card in about 5 minutes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like let people watch as I'm just coming through this escape sequence. I'm gonna do way more grenade jumps than I have any business doing because they save me just like 2 seconds overall if I get all of them first try. Oh, I'm dead. So we get to show off even more grenade jumps.
Yeah, that's the real reason to even take an intentional death in the escape, because then we get to G-jump again. And Muffin, you really have no respect for that lava pillar, do you?
Nope. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do one more final grenade jump in order to show them off. And this one actually does save a significant amount of time. It saves like over 30 seconds, I believe. But here I'm just gonna make sure I bash to the left. I'm gonna jump off the wall in order to avoid getting something known as climb storage, which we'll actually be talking about in the OBSC seed. And then we get the one frame input to skip a massive portion of the cutscene. Cool,
Yeah,
GG.
GG's!
That bash to the left was a mystery that haunted the Ori speedrunning community for what, 3 years? When was the
Such a long time. It
So
was
the-
so long.
the grenade jump was discovered? What?
Oh,
2017 All Skills tournament.
I think so. Yeah, around
Yeah.
then.
And then we didn't figure this out until, was it 20? It was either 2021 or 2020, because it was it was the last rando tourney, right?
Yeah,
Oh boy, I
it
don't
was
remember.
during the last rando tourney, and I remember like the very next run, or it might have been the All Skills tourney, the very next run, it happened again, and then the runner was like, I thought you were kidding about this.
Yeah, no, it's you in fact do not bash right.
Right
Yeah.
is wrong. If you bash to the right, you soft lock.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways, good stuff. I apologize for having such a long run, but this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me. I love the Ori community so much. I have so many really close friends who I've just met through speedrunning this game, and I've been really fortunate to also have the randomizer to just like fall in love with that as well. So
We love
thank
too,
you
Muffin.
guys, and thank you so much for the continued work on it. It really means a lot to me.
Thank you, Muffin, for doing the run, for being part. And also, looking
Getting
at
us
this
back on
video,
schedule.
looks like I gotta set up, and then we're now only like 5 minutes behind schedule, so I should probably get set up, and then this exact constellation will be back with some bingo.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.